If you've ever eaten 1,200 calories a day and the scale just stopped moving, this is for you. Because here's what nobody's telling you. Eating less is actually killing your metabolism. 1,500 calories, then 1,200, then 1,000. It works for 3 weeks. Then nothing. You're hungry, tired, and stuck. Here's what's actually happening. Every time you cut calories, your body responds by burning fewer. You move less throughout the day without even realizing it. Your resting metabolism drops, hunger cranks up. The answer isn't to eat even less. It's to focus on burning more. And there are 4 specific ways to do that. Most people think they have a slow metabolism, but your metabolism isn't broken. It's just responding to what you're doing. And if all you're doing is eating less, it's going to fight you every step of the way. What I'm about to show you is how to create a body that burns 300 to 500 extra calories daily without hunger, without living in the gym. By stacking 4 controllable levers that raise your metabolic floor and keep it there. Let's start with the one that gives you a higher baseline 24/7. Lever 1 is muscle mass, and here's why it matters for metabolism. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest than fat tissue does. Not a ton, but across your whole body, it adds up. Long-term resistance training can increase your resting metabolic rate by about 5% on average. That might not sound like much, but for someone burning 2,000 calories a day, that's an extra 100 calories every single day just from having more muscle. But here's what changes everything when you're trying to lose fat. When you diet without lifting, you lose both fat and muscle. Your metabolism drops even harder. When you diet and lift, you keep more muscle. Your metabolism stays higher, and you actually look better at the same weight. The research is really clear on this. Groups that combine calorie deficits with resistance training lose more fat and preserve more lean mass than groups that just diet. Your metabolism doesn't crash as hard because you're not losing the engine. So what does this actually mean for you? You need to be doing some form of resistance training 2 to 4 times per week. Focus on fundamental movement patterns. Squat, hinge, lunge, push, pull. Progressive overload over time, meaning you're gradually adding weight, reps, or difficulty. And here's how you know it's working. Track your strength weekly. If you're getting stronger, you're preserving muscle. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. You just need to give your body a reason to hold on to muscle while you're losing fat. Now here's the lever most people have never even heard of, and it's responsible for the biggest calorie burn difference between people. Lever 2 is NEAT. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's just a fancy way of saying all the movement you do that isn't formal exercise. Walking to your car, standing at your desk, doing laundry, pacing on phone calls, fidgeting. And here's the part that'll blow your mind. NEAT can differ by up to 2,000 calories per day between 2 people of the exact same size. Same height, same weight, one person naturally moves more, the other sits more. That's a 2,000 calorie per day gap. But here's where it gets really important for fat loss. When you start dieting, your NEAT drops unconsciously. The research shows NEAT can decrease by about 150 calories per day. That's 27% when people go into a calorie deficit. You don't mean to move less, but you're slightly more tired, you sit a bit longer, you take fewer trips up the stairs, you fidget less. This is where I swear I'm eating so little and not losing comes from. You actually are eating less, but you're also burning hundreds fewer calories per day just by moving less. So how do you fix this? You guard your NEAT with minimum non-negotiables. Rule 1, every meal, take a 10 to 15 minute walk. That's 30 to 45 minutes of automatic calorie burn daily. Rule number 2, on phone calls, walk, don't sit. Rule 3, movement snacks. 1 to 2 5-minute breaks every 90 minutes during your workday. Here's why this matters. Your muscles start to shut down after 90 minutes of sitting. These breaks reactivate your metabolic engine. Get up, stretch, walk around, do some air squats, anything that's not sitting. These aren't workouts, they're movement insurance. You're preventing your body from shutting down movement when you're in a deficit. These 3 rules alone can add 300 to 500 calories of burn back into your day. No extra gym time, just strategic movement built into what you're already doing. That's lever 2. NEAT is your hidden calorie burner, and most people accidentally kill it when they diet. Now let's talk about lever 3, the macronutrient that actually burns calories while you digest it. Lever 3 is protein, and this one has a built-in advantage. Protein has what's called a thermic effect. Think of it like your body having to work harder to break it down. It takes more energy to digest protein than other foods. About 20 to 30% of the calories you eat from protein get burned during digestion. Carbs, 5 to 10%, and fats, almost nothing. So the more protein you eat, the more calories you're burning just by eating. But here's why protein really matters when you're trying to lose fat. It crushes hunger. High protein meals keep you fuller longer than high carb or high fat meals. And it protects your muscle mass when you're in a deficit. We just talked about why that matters. You're not white-knuckling through hunger, you're just less hungry because protein actually satisfies you. So what's the target? For most people, somewhere between 0.7 and 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. If you weigh 150 pounds, that's about 120 grams of protein daily. And here's where most people's fat loss efforts sabotage themselves, and it's completely fixable. That's 40 grams per meal if you eat 3 meals a day. Miss one meal, skip breakfast, you are never catching up. You need 80 to 100 grams at dinner just to hit your minimum. Your body can only use about 40 to 50 grams efficiently per meal anyways. This is why people are walking around severely under eating protein and wondering why they're always hungry and losing muscle. So here's the rule. Anchor each meal with 1 palm-sized portion of protein, non-negotiable. That's about 6 ounces of chicken, a cup and a half of Greek yogurt, or 2 scoops of protein powder. Focus on complete proteins: chicken, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, lean beef, quality protein powder. Set your protein target first, then fill in the rest with carbs and fats. 3 meals a day, every single day. That's lever 3. Protein burns more calories to digest, keeps you fuller, and protects your muscle, but only if you actually hit the target at every meal. Now let's talk about the lever that makes everything else easier, or completely sabotages you if you ignore it. Lever 4 is sleep. And if you ignore this one, the other 3 levers will not save you. Here's what happens when you don't sleep enough. Bad sleep doesn't just make you tired. It makes your brain defend your fat stores by cranking up hunger and cravings. Studies show that when people go from 8 hours of sleep to 6 hours, they don't burn dramatically fewer calories, but they eat way more, especially at night. Sleep deprivation spikes your stress hormone and hunger hormone while suppressing your fullness hormone. You crave high reward foods, chips, ice cream, pizza. You're fighting a hormonal storm that's making fat loss 10 times harder. So what's the minimum? 7 hours in bed every night, non-negotiable. Same wake up time every single day, even on weekends. And if you must sleep in, cap it at 30 minutes. Longer than that is going to throw off your circadian rhythm. 1 sleep guardrail on food. No big meals within 2 to 3 hours of bed. And cut alcohol on weeknights. Alcohol might help you fall asleep faster, but it blocks your deep sleep and fragments your REM sleep. You're asleep, but not recovering. If you're sleeping 5 to 6 hours and living on caffeine, no amount of protein, steps, or lifting will fully save you. Fixing sleep is like removing the emergency brake from your metabolism. That's lever 4. Sleep keeps your hunger in check and lets the other 3 levers actually work. Now here's how you can actually use them. Start with just 1 lever. Master sleep first. Then add meat next week. Then protein, then lifting. If you do these 4 things for the next 30 days, you're not magically speeding up your metabolism. You're building a body that burns more, moves more, and fights you less when you're trying to lose fat. You're raising the floor. You're preventing the shutdown. You're making fat loss feel easier instead of harder. And that's the whole point. I put together a free metabolism starter checklist that breaks down all 4 levers with daily action steps and tracking tools. The link's in the description. Download it, print it, and use it this week. And if you found this helpful, hit the like button. It tells YouTube to show this to more people who are stuck eating 1,200 calories and not losing fat. Drop a comment and let me know which lever you're starting with first. Sleep, NEAT, protein. I read every single comment. Subscribe if you want more science-backed strategies that actually work without gimmicks. Stop eating less, start burning more, and I'll see you in our next video.